Well, after a recent client workshop, I asked the group, because they're familiar with my 2-minute tips, what topics they would like to see in future 2-minute tips. And one of the themes that surfaced was this topic of change, how to lead through change, how to navigate change. And so that's what we are going to talk about today. The same group also gave me a hard time for my 2-minute tips, often going over 2 minutes. It is hard to fit it all in 2 minutes, folks. I try to stay under the 3-minute mark. So even if I'm at like 2:59, it counts. But I'm guessing today might go a little over. So I hope you will hang in there with me. So change. It is hard for us. Why is it hard? Well, for one, our brains do not like change. Our brains loathe ambiguity and uncertainty and unfamiliarity. Our brains like to use as few calories as possible. They're actually quite lazy. And so anytime we go into change, we need to use a little bit more energy, more brain capacity to figure out how to step through it. And our brains don't like that. Just fold your arms for me for a minute, just in your comfortable, typical crossed arm position. It feels comfortable, right? You feel at ease. Now put your arms down and bring them back up and fold them the other way. Swap to have your arms in the reverse order. It's unfamiliar. It is difficult. It takes some extra brain capacity to do this, and it just feels a little bit uncomfortable, right? But if we continue to practice this over and over for the next couple of minutes, it will become easier. It will take fewer calories to be able to think through how to do this. It will become more comfortable. Easing into it through practice makes it easier to now adapt to this changed position. The same thing happens with organizational change. Two thoughts here. One, if we can help our teams walk through change in a way where we help them wade into it slowly, rather than just expect them to plunge in completely, they will be more inclined to go on that journey with us. Okay. And so rather than just announcing big, huge organizational change, big, huge change in process, what if we walk through kind of bite-sized, digestible pieces in order to get to the big change that we want to achieve? Try wading into it slowly. The second thing that can help, that really connects to this first strategy, is framing these changes as experiments. Hey, we're going to try this way of managing this meeting for the next month, and we'll see how it goes. We're going to try this new process for 6 weeks, and then we'll hit pause and debrief to see how it's going and figure out ways to adjust from there. When employees know that this is a framed, time-bound experiment, it feels less scary to give it a try, and they're more open-minded to give it a try. Okay? A great example of this is gyms. Right? You have this target audience that maybe is not engaging in regular fitness, regular exercise, and you want to get them into the gym. How do you do it? How do they do it? Well, what they often do is they sell a 6-week challenge. Hey, come join us for 6 weeks. Come work out at least 3 times a week and follow this meal plan for 6 weeks to see how you feel and see what progress you make over this framed, time-bound experiment, excuse me. And when they sell it in that way, people are more willing to say, yeah, I can do that for 6 weeks. I'm not signing up for the next year. I'm signing up for 6 weeks and I'll give it a try. And what typically happens is they like the way they feel through that experience. It becomes less scary. It becomes more familiar. And guess what? They end up signing on to stay longer thereafter. Let's replicate the same thing when we are leading our teams through change. Help them wade into it, help them digest it through time-bound experiments, and slowly we will achieve the bigger changes that we want to drive in the organization when we follow this methodology.